Welcome to the Man Up Club Presents podcast. I am your host, Selena Lena, aka Sis from Sis and Lil Bro, but I am actually the youth and program director of the Man Up Club. The Man Up Club is a nonprofit organization for young black men between the ages of 13 and 24. We're located in the Twin Cities, Minnesota, and we serve young men in different areas. Our core areas is life skills. We teach social skills, academic discipline, and civic responsibility. The goals of the Man Up Club is to keep them out of the prison pipeline, to keep them graduating from college, to push them towards trade school or a college after school as well. So we're just all about success, cultivating the individual, mentoring them. And if that's something that you want to support, you guys go ahead and go to www.themanupclub.org. Let's get into the topic of tonight's, I said tonight. Well, it is tonight. Yeah. Tonight's episode. This gentleman that I have on the show today, he's been here before, and I think we talked about respect before, but tonight he's going to talk about business and entrepreneurship. His name is Mo Azad. He's 28 years old. Give it up for him over the online audience. Okay, Mo, say what's up.
What's up, y'all?
So we're talking about entrepreneurship. We're really just gonna, pick your brain on how you became this boss of your own. You feel me? Because you got your own business.
Yeah.
You're 28 years old. You're only in your 20s. You're not even 30 yet.
Yeah.
So that's commendable. I just want to give some claps for that.
Pat yourself on the back.
That's right. So tell the people what you do.
So I'm a mobile car detailer, best in Minnesota. I'm a video production. I do video production and editing. I do fitness, health and fitness.
So when you say you do fitness, you're a coach?
Yeah, coach, trainer, meal prep, all that good stuff that comes with that. Motivational speaker, just getting people in there and just, because sometimes it ain't always about like going to the gym. Sometimes people just need like good motivation to get up and get to it. And, everybody got to start somewhere.
Well, right. I mean, I would imagine to run your own business, you have to stay motivated.
For sure.
Like that's key is mindset. So, you're doing a lot of different things. Is there a main focus?
Nah, not really. I'm always kind of just looking for new opportunities.
Is there one business that kind of outshines the rest right now in your life?
Yeah, I'd say my detail one.
Okay.
My detail and my music though. So
okay.
My music is I'm still getting there, but for sure my detail one. That's the one I'm getting money off of for sure.
Okay, and what's your business called? Shout it out.
Golden Touch Mobile Detailing.
Okay, Golden Touch Mobile Detailing, y'all. Make sure that y'all search that up if you're in Minnesota. Get your car cleaned, okay?
Come on now.
How long have you had that?
I think I started that about 3 years ago. Okay. For sure. Finally LLC'd about 2-3 years ago. I started it probably like 4 years ago, I want to say.
And for those who don't know what an LLC is, you want to give a quick...
That's a limited liability corporation.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, that is a type of business structure in the U.S. that combines the limited liability protection of a corporation with the tax benefits and flexibility of a partnership. So basically, it means that the owners are not personally liable for the company's debts or liabilities. Mm-hmm. It's a popular structure because it provides protection for personal assets while allowing profits to be taxed on the members' personal tax returns. Yep. Y'all got to do your research. You feel me? It's so important to have the knowledge and strengthen your human capital in order to run your own business. But let's back up, let's just back up to you as an individual, Mo, because you're here now and you're doing so many wonderful things, but obviously you grew up like a lot of people have.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You're very relatable. For sure. So let's just dive into the backstory of your life. How did you grow up? Can you pinpoint where the entrepreneurial spirit came from?
I grew up with my granny and my little brother. Mm-hmm. And we just, we're the only ones, that was the only ones I had in my household, and just grew up in like alternative schools and all of that, getting in trouble, all of that good stuff. Working jobs that I didn't like.
You said it was just your granny and your brother?
Yup.
And you?
Yup.
For how many years?
For about 16. Really, my whole life I lived with them.
Okay. What happened? What's the deal with your parents?
So they kind of My mom didn't. She couldn't. She didn't really have custody of me at the time when I was born, so she couldn't take care of me.
Okay.
And then my granny stepped in, and then my pops, he didn't know about me for a couple years. By the time he found out he had me, I was already with my granny. So he tried to, get me back. My grandma was like, nah.
Mm.
So he was pissed.
Wow.
Yeah, but it all worked out. I love my granny, and I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my grandma and being my little brother. So
Respect to that. How old
yeah.
is he?
He'd be 26 right now. Long live Khalil.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's just really quick? Yeah. Talk about your brother.
So my little brother, his name is Khalil Azad. He passed away July 3rd, 2022. Yeah, the police killed him. But
Yeah, I'm sorry to
yeah,
hear that, Mo.
it's all good. He
Does
shined
part of your
through.
drive come from your brother?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Ever since that changed me. So like I just been going up. Like I am really a whole different person.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
from his passing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of just head first. Like, oh yeah.
What age were you when he got murdered?
So I'm 28, 26. He would have been 24.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry to
Yeah.
hear that.
No, it's all good.
So I would think to say that based off your answer that he's kind of like the main motivation for you,
For
right?
sure. Definitely is.
What were the other things that birthed this entrepreneurial spirit in you to go get it and be a boss and just be about your business? Where did that even come from?
Just like me, just getting tired of working jobs and just like really just being tired of being broke and doing the same thing and just being like, man, everybody having it their way, or the people that I'm seeing, I'm like, man, how they having all this money? And some people do it illegally, but I'm trying to figure out like how can I get this money legally and really
Mm.
just have my way and become wealthy and just successful and just do the things that I need to do and just get ahead in life. And then I started reading. I started just watching people. I started surrounding myself around people that just got more going for themselves. I started adding people on Instagram that people that are more like influent, but like in the right ways.
Okay.
So whoever that might be. Um, I started just like reading books. I started just like taking my life more seriously. Really, just yeah,
Yeah, just meditating and doing that stuff on your own. I
yeah,
really
yeah.
respect that. Hats off to that.
Going through all the trials and tribulations. So
Right.
yeah,
You mentioned that, you part of the reason why you started doing what you're doing is because you wanted to get out of the typical thing that people do, like the 9 to 5
for
thing.
sure.
What were the 9 to 5 jobs that you were working?
Man, I had a million of them. I had McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chipotle, warehouse jobs. I worked at what? And what else?
So a lot of fast food.
Yeah, fast food, Dollar Tree,
Wow.
retail, you name it. I worked all of them. So
What was the thought process while you were working those jobs?
I was like, man, this ain't it. I got to get up out of here. Something was just eating at me like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. I'll be there for a little bit, like it, whatnot, and then wake up one day and be like, yeah. I'll wake up and I'll be like, should I go to work today? You should just always go with your first thought. So I'm like, man, I don't know. I get up, get ready for work, all of that. I'm at the job the whole time, like, man, how do I get up out of here?
Yeah, and I've gone through the same thing because the reasons as to why a lot of people feel that way towards those type of jobs. And first of all, I just want to say kind of like a disclaimer here. Like, this is not to knock anybody who's working those jobs
For
right
sure.
now. And you know what I'm saying? They're like, I know a family that's very well off. He's
For
a
sure.
father, husband. He's a neighbor of mine, and he likes the stability
Yeah.
of that, and he
Yeah.
makes good money.
Yeah.
So, going to work and spending his day there, coming home, being able to provide for his family, like he's at peace with that. And he likes
sure.
the idea of or the fact of being able to retire in 30 years and get those benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody that wants to do that, there's no knocking that. But what I can relate to you on is I've worked those jobs as well. And part of the reason why I didn't like being where I was is because the work was not anything that I was passionate about.
For sure.
When I was working at Aldo, I'm selling shoes, asking people what size they want. It's like, there's too much in me though. Like, I don't want to spend my time, just not creating music or not encouraging somebody in a way that touches their life. Like it's not my shoe company. I'm working for
somebody else.
Yeah, someone else.
And they're living the dream.
Right, exactly. So, what was your most miserable job?
Man, I would say them fast food jobs.
I worked at Pizza Hut.
I worked at
I remember that.
Papa Murphy's. I think the fast food ones, cause yeah, they want you to. Every job wants you to be on time, but as soon as you get in, they want you to go straight to work. You just 7 a.m. You just go. Like,
mop them floors.
Mop them, can't take no breaks. You get caught on your phone. Or I used to sneak in the bathroom just to sit on my phone and all that for 20, 30 minutes. Like, oh, yeah, man.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to take a break. Or I'm just like, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing. Like, and let me just go ahead and dive deeper into this, though. So there's like this perception of Black people and work ethic. And, I like people be joking about it, but like they'll say like, yeah, the Black people's always going to be the one to do what you just said, which was they going to be the one to go on their break, take their 15-minute break and stretch it out to 20 or 25.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think so? Are you saying that there's truth to that? Like,
yeah, but I feel like that comes from, like you said, not passionate about the work you're doing. Because if you love what you do, then it's not even like a job. So you're gonna just already love what you're doing. Already want to spend time doing what you're doing. But if you don't like the job and you already got to be there just to make ends meet or get some little money, or just, you spending 8 hours out your day and you're like, man, your mind is already made up. Like, I don't want to be here.
Right.
So. Yeah,
okay, here's a question though. Is that an excuse to underperform? Because you got, like, they're not saying that about white people or Asians. They're not saying, oh, okay, Mo, do you, like, be honest, do you think that, white person working a job or Asian guy working a job is more likely to, like, sit on the toilet or for a long extended period amount of time?
Nah, but I feel like they might do other things that you might not catch on to. So, whether that's stealing on the company's time, whether that's, because everybody, not everybody's perfect, but some people in these jobs do their little dirt. And, you might be working hard, but they might be, I've seen people, cut people's checks down or whatever, or, you know how that goes.
And this is not to put anybody in a box. This is just thoughts, that are typical, when it comes to work ethic and race and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and give a pause on this, so tune in to the next segment. This is the Man Up Club Presents. I'm talking to Mo about the thoughts of how he came from being this regular kid, teenager, young man, and now having his own business, but also being a Black man, and the things that you think working a 9 to 5. So we're just really getting into a lot of different thoughts right now. Okay, let's continue the conversation. So like I said before, there's this perception when it comes to, work ethic and how you've conducted yourself at 9 to 5s. Obviously, when it comes to working, your character as a worker is important.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain way that you're expected to act as an employee. There's 9 to 5 jobs that hire you and tell you what the expectations are for you. Like, hey, I want you to be a timely person. Are you what is it called? Where you're emotionally intelligent. What is it? Yeah, like, right, IQ, EQ, like what my point is, the jobs are asking people of the qualities that they desire to work those jobs. But a lot of the
Mhm.
times you work these jobs and you say you all these things in the beginning, but by the time you come to work these jobs, obviously you're not doing what you say you was gonna do.
Yeah.
So when you were working these jobs, like, describe your conduct. Like, was you the worker that came in late sometimes, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Most
overextended
definitely.
your breaks. What was it
Most
like?
definitely. I did all of that. I worked hard, came in late, took extra breaks. I, worked as hard as I could. I did all of that, so.
And then there's different types of employees too. There's the people that they come in and then they do what they're supposed to do, and once their responsibilities are done, they're chilling. You feel me?
Yup.
They're not gonna do nothing
Yup.
extra. But then there's others that they go above and beyond. But they're they're both getting paid the same, that hourly wage.
For sure.
Where do you stand with that? Like, yeah.
I've been both. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So, I feel like that came from me liking one of the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my detailing job, I worked at Mercedes. I liked that job. I actually liked that job. So, because I was doing what I like to do already. So I was just like, oh yeah, I'm loving this. I'm get to wash all the cool cars, do all of this. But we had happened to get a new boss.
Mm-hmm.
He was on our case.
Mm-hmm.
New dude. He ended up getting fired 3 months in. But every time he seen me, I'll be sitting down or whatever. I'll take out the trash. I'll do everything I could. Every time he see me, I gotta act like I'm still working, doing something, because he's gonna come over every 5 minutes. He's coming out of his main office just to walk around the floor just to see who's like really just kind of picking on me, because everybody else was older. It's a union job, so everybody's 40 plus, so they're already working. But he's coming back, turning over, trying to see if I'm working and whatnot, and always get on my case like, oh, Moses, do this, do that, do this, do this. Dude, what more do you want from me? I've done everything.
So why did you overperform? What was the motivation? Like, was it a promotion type thing? Did you want to show him you were a hard worker?
No,
like,
that was just really for me.
Okay,
that was just for me.
you.
Yeah, that was all for me. Just because I have my own detail business, and at the time I'm like, well, this is all just if I wasn't getting paid for this, I'd still be doing that, because at the end of the day, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this is all just practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like practicing when you get on the mic or whatever you do. Practice makes perfect. So the more cars I do, the more I just keep working on it. The more I keep working on things that I don't like to do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just get better at it. So
yeah, that's super dope. What I admire about you is that you said you would be cleaning the cars.
Yup.
Right.
Yup.
See, what I admire about you is that you were doing that with a sense of urgency.
Yup.
And importance,
Yup.
even though the actual job wasn't quote unquote of significance. Like, you were just cleaning the cars.
Yup.
But see, it was because of the passion that you have for cars and the fact that you have your own business with vehicles now, your detailing business, that you just love every part of the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can relate to that, because it's like, and anyone who has a passion about an industry or a certain inclination to one thing is going to relate to that, because it's like, okay, let's just say, you want to be an artist, a legitimate professional artist.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything that you do as an artist is going to be glitz and glamour,
Yep.
and it's going to be you in the spotlight, like, oh, I'm
Yep.
loving my job, I get to
Yep.
record every single day. No, some days you got to sit down at the computer for 10 hours
Yep.
and learn Pro Tools
Yep.
and watch videos after video.
For sure.
And that's boring.
It is.
But it's like when you see the bigger picture of what you want to do with your life and where you're trying to go, it's like, you know what? Let me clean these cars with precision and real care, because I want to be the type of boss that knows every crack and crevice
Yep.
of the business.
Yep.
So it sounds like that's the type of businessman that you are. Like,
sure.
you're not somebody that operates at the top and you're only focused on the high level things. Because to run
Mhm.
your own business, you got to pretty much run
You
it
gotta
from
be it all.
right, the bottom up.
Yep. You gotta do it all.
Yeah. So as a young Black male, what was the possibility of you seeing yourself run your own business? Was that very likely? Was that rare for you to think about?
No, because I always used to manifest it.
Mm.
used to picture myself like, man, I'm gonna have my own little business and my own little thing going on. Like, was like, what am I do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what am I gonna do? What do I like to do? One day I bought a Benz. That's how I started my detail business. I bought a Benz,
Mm-hmm.
all black Benz. I was cleaning it one day. I cleaned the rims. I got some stuff from AutoZone. I cleaned the rims. Car was shining. Every day I used to wake up, clean my car.
Every day?
Every day I used to go outside, wake up, clean my car. Every day. I started with a little products that my homie one day texted me like, Mo, why don't you start your own car wash business? Bing. The same night, I'm on my phone, on the iPhone, on the little pad, on the notes. Everything I do to my car. Wax, tire shine, vacuum, all of the little stuff. And that's how I started. Literally started from flyers and a piece of off the notes on the phone to having business cards and having a website and LLC in it and taking it to.
Wait, so someone just put this idea or this seed in you, and then it exploded within you? Like it was just like a light bulb that went off?
Same day you said it, I was on my phone. I sent them the itinerary the next day. Like, come get your car detailed. Come get your car washed.
You see, y'all, the power of having people speak into your life and pay it, the power of somebody who can be so observant to look at what you're doing and then be like, you know, you good at this. You should do this. Listen to those people. Listen to those people, because you never know what could come about that.
For sure.
And honestly, people are a reflection of yourself. People hold up a mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, people will tell me, Selena, you should do more public speaking. You know, and it's like, but when you listen to what people are saying, you should explore that, because you just never know. Sometimes you're your worst critic, you know. But let's back up, Mo, because you said that you was cleaning the bins every day.
Every day. I still clean all my cars every day. Every time I get a chance to, I just.
And you never came across the thought of I should do a car detailing business?
No.
So okay, so what was the reason? Why were you doing that?
Just to keep my car clean, because I liked how it looked.
Really?
I had a Benz. I was like, ooh, first little Benz I had. I'm like, oh yeah, it's shining. I'm hitting the block.
There was some pride in that.
Ooh, what?
Yeah.
Loved it. So I just, and then yeah.
That's crazy. That's beautiful, actually. Just how that one saying and encouragement, it just literally was the seed that sprouted into this beautiful garden today, you know? So let's get into more of like what you touched on earlier, which was actually starting the business.
Yeah.
You had flyers made. Were you doing this stuff solo dolo?
Everything. I'm still doing it solo dolo.
Have you ever gone after a team?
Kinda, but I just got to get to the point where I got all my ducks in order, so I can start hiring people and all of that, and just getting more just solidified with it a little bit more. You know, it's hard when you're doing it yourself, so you just got to keep going. That's all it is. You just got to keep going, keep climbing up the mountain. Eventually, I'm gonna get there. I done got this far, so I know I'm gonna get there. I'm trying to get a shop, a detail van, all of that good stuff, get employees, you know, it's just sometimes too, it's hard finding people who really want to work. You know, I got to find people who like to do what I do.
Right.
You know, so anybody could clean a car and I could get random people in there and whatnot. But just like at the job, at my Mercedes job, I felt like, and they said it themselves, Mo, you're the best car washer and detailer we've ever had in here, because I just loved my job. They didn't know I had my own business. So therefore I just love my job. I'm not just coming in here washing cars just to wash cars, because no, like I really love this.
Wow.
Manifested all that. So.
Wow. That drive is insane to me, because it's just like, see, you never know what people are really up to. You know what I'm saying? You never know why people work as hard as they do, you know, because you could be doing it. Like you said, you was working at that shop. All these people, they doing the same thing, but you're the one that's putting in a little bit more elbow grease.
Yup. And I'm actually I was the only detailer in the whole shop.
Okay.
Yeah. I had my own little section, my own little bay. it was just me and yeah. Every time I used to do the car, the boss was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like I just kept knocking them out.
What age were you when you first started your business?
Uh, um,
What you said 2 years ago. So what,
I would say
26?
no. When I first started it, like cleaning my car and all that, right after I made the flyers, I would say 22. No,
22.
20. No, 28. So 23, 24. I'm gonna say 24.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it for like 4 years now. So 24.
Mm-hmm,
Yup,
mm-hmm.
24.
Yeah, and see, since because it's still new,
Yup.
you know, so you're still in that building process. I hear where you're at. You're at a place where you want to build it up to where, like you said, all your ducks are in a row, and then once you gain, I would imagine more financial resources, more of a system, then you can plug the people into that system.
Yup.
You know, um, are with your business, are you at a place where you've already set the standard with the quality of what you're doing, um or is it something that you're still developing
Mm, I'd say both.
as far as
The-
like your routine, how
I'd,
you
s-
run the
I'd,
business?
okay, so for my routine, I'm glad that I got because at first I was just doing it like kind of amateur, so just cleaning my car as I go and doing what I was seeing. I never had a detailed job,
Mm-hmm.
so I actually got a couple detailed jobs at a couple shops and learned how they do it, like how their system is, like how I should go about tackling the car and how to properly do everything. So me doing that, I learned even more, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing good on my own, but now I got a little bit more hands on. So I'm like, okay, cool. Um, and yeah, got to this last one I had, this last little detail job I had. Dude was telling me, yeah, Mo, you're it. You got it. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got it. You're a 8, 9. You're there. Like you just got to keep doing it. You're
you are
there.
you are a self-starter, period.
Yep.
You are a self-starter.
Yep.
And guys, I think that's what it takes to be successful. I'll put it, no, I'll be more specific. You have to be a self-starter to run your own business.
For sure.
Come on now. I mean, that's just common sense.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna run your own business, you have to be a self-starter.
Yep. Because nobody's gonna want it more than you.
This is the Man Up Club presents on Holy Culture Radio. We're talking to Mo about his business and really just picking his brain. I'm loving the story of how he's come up and now he's doing what he's doing now with his car detailing business. It's just so dope. So let's return back into it. So you had mentioned you've attempted to put a team together before, or you kind of scouted out some people, but what you found was you can't just get anybody to clean a car. Because, you're right. It's easy for you to just clean a car. You can do that. But
to detail a car, that's the difference.
Right.
Getting every little crack and crevice, like getting the entire car, even when the car is already clean. And you like, it's already clean. It doesn't matter. I have to do the same thing to the car, even if it wasn't cleaned. Got to do the same routine. So even though it's clean, my routine doesn't change. I still have to tackle it like it was dirty.
Right.
So,
because you want to be the best and you want to be excellent at what you do. And you also said you want to find people who are just as passionate as you are.
Most definitely.
That is so key, y'all. That's so key. When you have a big vision, something that's bigger than yourself, because your business, that's generational wealth.
For sure. And that's what I'm going for.
Right. And a business is something that can outlive a person. And to create a successful business, you have to build a business culture and a business expectation. It's like, okay, when they come to, and name your business again, the name of it?
Golden Touch Mobile Detailing.
When you come to Golden Touch Mobile Detailing, it's like, this is what I expect from them. This is the quality of service that I expect from them. So basically it's like, Mo, you got to duplicate yourself. So yeah, what has been the challenges? What have been the challenges that you faced with trying to find people? What have you ran into before that you was just like, oh no, like this is not it?
Just like I have friends and family help me out, because everybody needs help. So I'll have them help me out here and there just to get the time rolling or whatever it is. But like, they're not gonna have the eye I have. Some people ain't gonna see everything. They'll be like, oh, it's already clean. No, it's not clean. Like you missed a spot, and now you touching stuff, and now you gotta just know one of my bosses told me, methodically, you gotta methodically get in and out and maneuver around the car without dirtying back up the spots that you already clean, and just, because you don't want to backtrack. You want to get it in timely manner. You should detailing a car should only take about 3 hours at the most.
Oh wow.
Filthy from start to finish, wash everything to buff, wax, all of that. It should only take about 3 hours.
Oh wow, that seems quick to me, because I just got a we shout out to the Man Up Club, just got a new van. Okay, let me just say that the Man Up Club just got a new van.
Now that's a little different though.
Okay.
Yup,
yeah, because I had got
Yup.
I had got a quote for that, and
Yup.
they was like, oh yeah, that's gonna take
because it's
6
a bigger
hours.
it's a bigger vehicle.
Okay.
It's just a bigger vehicle and whatnot. So the van might be easy because it's not so much like, I've done vans, I've done everything. So it just depends like how dirty the van is, like how you're gonna have to it's the same thing, but like this is what I learned too, just being at different detail shops. Everybody doesn't do the same routine as how the next person does it. So what I learned is most of them are similar. They'll start with the wash bay first. Always wash the car first before you start detailing it. So then everything can dry and whatnot, and then
inside and out.
Inside or outside.
Outside.
Always do the outside first. Then you tackle the inside, because everything on the outside could dry. And then at the very end, you finalize everything. That's when you're going to buff and wax and all of that. You want the car to be dry, and stuff like that. So, yeah, everybody's routine is different. And
so you had to develop your own routine, or you took pieces from where you worked?
Yup. So I just remember what my first boss said, and I just remember how I was doing it with them. Just wash the car first, and then tackle the inside. Sometimes I'll do the outside first. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll do the inside first and then do the outside. It just depends. But like, you just gotta, as long as you know the routine on how you're supposed to do the car, then you can kind of like wiggle room and whatnot, and do your own thing. But yeah, you just gotta know first, like, okay, what are we looking at?
Right.
You know, what is it? What is, like, your van? What are we looking at? The inside, okay, boom. We could do the outside. Let's do the outside. Spray that down. Do all of that. Pull it in. Let's knock out the inside. That's gonna take a while. And then at the end, let's buff it, wax it. Tire shine, all that good stuff, and then
put the spray stuff, smelly
all
stuff.
of that. Yeah, and
so,
then
sorry, what was you gonna say?
No, you're good. And then usually they just sometimes dealership cars, they'll wait. They might not go back right away, because also too, like when you're detailing in a shop, there's only so much light. When you pull it out into the sun, that's when you can really see what you missed and stuff like that, because the light from inside only lets you see so much. And then when you pull it outside, you're like, oh, I missed a little spot, and you're going back, and you gotta just. So that's all stuff I learned too. So
that's dope. And see, you're talking about efficiency.
Yep.
You gotta be efficient.
Yep.
You gotta be efficient.
Yep.
And I'm learning from what you're saying. You have to know what the foundation of the job is that you're doing, what you're trying to get done. And then once you get down the foundation and you've come up with a system that works to where you're producing something on a regular basis, then you can play around with the routine. You're teaching me something. You're teaching me something, because even though, okay, you're an artist too. But and see, this is another conversation for that too that can relate. But being an artist, it's like, okay, obviously the product is to put out the music. Put out the content. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, be creative and take your time with records, but when you're on the grind and when you're, time is precious.
Just get it out there. You gotta,
and you're on competition, so you can't sit there and be like, oh, I gotta sit on this album for a little bit and let the creativity flow. It's like, no, you also have to be efficient. You have to move with efficiency. So it's like, find your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you discipline yourself when you're first starting out. Maybe you discipline yourself to be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna produce a song, like one song. I'm on max 2 hours to create this one song from just an idea to on the mic. 2 hours. Let's just say there. You start there. You know, the next time that you make a song is in an hour. The next time you make a song is in 3 hours. Find the average, but then keep cutting that down to where you can be efficient.
For sure.
You know? So I really like that. Like, I just really like the mindset that you have about it. I like the passion. You're just, you know, you're creating a culture for yourself in what you're doing.
Yep.
You know? So where are you at now with the business? Like, what are your goals?
Just to get a shop, get a detail van, hire customers, clients and whatnot, or employees.
Yeah. I got you.
And then just keep building it to a multi-million-dollar business one day. So just franchises, hopefully.
Okay.
And if not that, just keep working on mine to where one day I don't have to be detailing anymore.
Right.
You know, I'm always love it, but like I don't want to get up and clean cars all day.
You gonna get 60 years old one day.
I get tired of that already when I'm doing it. So I just be like, man, you know, so.
And you an artist.
Yep, all of
and
that, doing everything.
You fitness training.
I'm doing all of that in one day. So making music, going to the gym before all of that, going to the gym before everything, then started my day with a detail. So I just already went hard in the gym for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to do a car for 3-4 hours. That's like working out already because you got to get in there, bend down, all of that, back be hurting. You be like, man, it's hot sun all of that because I don't got a shop, so I'm going through the motions. So.
Okay, but it ain't hot sun now. It's wintertime.
Nah, for sure. So right now I ain't doing no details just because it's wintertime. But
okay.
That's why I got to get a shop. Because if I had a shop, I wouldn't stop.
It wouldn't be seasonal.
Yep. Right. Nope. I wouldn't stop.
Okay. So when are your seasons of operation then?
So anytime, soon as the snow stops hitting, I could do a detail right now.
Okay.
If it was in the garage.
Okay.
If it's heated and whatnot.
It just depends on the weather.
Yeah, it just depends on the weather. If it's not too crazy out and whatnot, I can come in, still do it and whatnot. But yeah.
Mo, how do you keep going, man? Like, car detailing is a physical job, and then like, you know, you go to the gym. That's great. You keep up with your physique. But you're also an artist. You know, that's if you on stage, you perform, and that's physical too. But then like, you have to have energy for everything. And then people be like, if you put your time to a lot of different things, you can get so stretched out that you don't deliver on one thing. So how do you do all this?
I just made it my life. Like I kind of just worked it into my schedule. I just made it my life. Like, okay, you got 24 hours in a day, right? So I could work on my music for an hour.
Okay.
I could write a song for an hour. I can post detail stuff. I can watch all videos for an hour. I can go to the gym for an hour. That's just 3 hours right there. Now I still got 23, 22, 21 hours in a day to figure it out. And just like, okay. A lot of it is, like I said, health and fitness. You got to eat right. You eat the right foods, you're going to have more energy.
Right.
Stuff like that. So it's just like, and just really just being motivated and just like really just knowing that you're going to go somewhere and you want to go somewhere in life, you got to work for it. At the end of the day, you got to work for everything that you want. It's not going to be handed to you. It's going to look like, and then when you get on, it's going to look like it was overnight success. But in reality, everybody doesn't know that I've been working this whole time, been going hard. I've been just, little by little, just one step in front of the other, just keep climbing up the mountain. Like, okay, until eventually I'm at the top. And you're like, how? Because I never stopped. You guys were, getting off on your exit, or I'm the captain of the train. I'm not getting off. I have a destination to be at. If you want to get off on your stop, that's cool. But I got to go for it. I got to make it. Like, I told myself a long time ago, like, I'm going to make it. Like, there's no way. Like, it has to happen. Like, it's going to happen. There's no other way.
I love it. This is the Man Up Club Presents podcast, and we are talking all things business, all things motivation, all things going hard and getting it. We're back on the Man Up Club Presents podcast, and I am loving this conversation with Mo. I'm really just learning a lot about his mindset and understanding what it takes. What is the thought process to being a go-getter? Jake, how are you loving this conversation? Shout out to Jake on the podcast.
Shout out Jake.
I love this conversation. Every conversation we have, it's deep. It goes deep.
Cuts deep.
Deep. Okay. So it's when you're talking about, the chase and the grind, the tone that you use is exciting. Like, do you find do you find fun in
Yeah.
the grind?
Yeah, I do. Because at the end of the day, I know, like, I done manifest so much so far that if I just keep on doing and saying and going for what I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna get it. So I just be excited because one day it's all gonna fall through. And I'm gonna
Mm.
be like, yeah. But at the end of the day, too, I'm just happy with the whole process. Because at the
Mm.
end of the day, even if you don't make it and all of that, you gotta just be happy with everything that's going on already. Because you might already be at the top and you don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
You doing what you're doing on the whole road and you're like, oh, I just want to get to somewhere else. But
Right.
years ago, you was praying for being right here, in this position that you are right now. So you just got to take it all and just be blessed and just be happy and just be thankful for what you're doing and where you're going in life, because you can always be somewhere. You can always fall down. You can always get to the top, come back down. You got to be humble. You got to just got to keep working for it. That's what I learned. Like, it's going to be ups and downs no matter what. Like, you're going to get to the top. You might fall down a couple. Might have to get back up to the top. You might have to just keep fighting for. You get to the top, you're going to have to fight for your spot.
Right.
Everybody wants to be at the top.
That's right.
So now you got people that are just as hungry as you coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you like, you got to keep working. You got to just keep working.
Yeah. It's about loving the journey.
For sure.
And it just, I'm just being inspired by Mo right now, yo. Like,
you gotta go for it.
He
You gotta
over
go
here
hard.
inspiring me, bro. Cause listen.
do.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel
do.
like we're at different places, and I want to get to where your mindset is at. And what I mean by that is, yes. Okay, I love the journey. Like, it's a blessing to be able to, for example, be hosting the Man Up
sure.
Club podcast
For
as a
sure.
youth and program director. It's a blessing to do music. You know what I'm saying? I get to do it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my mindset is kind of more feeling a lot of pressure.
And like you said, you're the biggest critic that you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all in your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in your head. If you keep telling yourself you're gonna make it and you're gonna win, and you just force your thoughts to be nothing but positive, even in a negative situation, it's gonna turn out for you.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, where you're at, it's like you are truly, like, in the journey. Like, you're satisfied. Not saying that you're gonna settle for less and be content, but, like, it's just like you're finding the joy and the satisfaction and the meaning and the purpose from being in the moment, though.
If this all it was, I'd be cool with it. Like, that's
wow,
it.
yeah, like
I'm still cool with it. It's all good.
Wow.
If I don't make it to the top, I'm still cool with who I am at the end of the day because I know I tried.
Your
I tried
hardest.
my hardest to get there, and that's okay.
Wow.
It's okay.
Yeah, because there's on the other hand, there's a lot of successful people, go-getters, just like us, but they have a little different mindset, and they're just like, it's never enough. No, it's
Sometimes
never enough.
it is
like,
just enough.
Like,
Sometimes
you look
everything.
at their situation, and it's like, bro, I'm gonna just make up a situation. You got a Grammy. You're in 5 movies. You have 3 houses. You have your own nanny or whatever the case may be. But they're just like, no, it's not enough.
You're more than well off.
It's not enough. It's not enough. And so that is a detriment. That mindset, I believe, is a detriment, to where it's like successful people are so hard on themselves, or they're always looking at the future that they never enjoy the present.
Yep, for sure. That's a fact. You might, like you said, you're so worried about getting somewhere else that everything around you is right there that you need. You might, I got to do this. Now you're not spending time with your family. Now it's too late. So God forbid something happens to him. Now you're like, I wish I would have.
Right, but you're too busy on that grind.
So you gotta balance it out. You gotta just go with the flow, I'd say.
Do you journal?
I don't. In my head, I do.
Okay, that's surprising.
I need to though, but nah. I guess I journal in my music.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
I just write everything down, or just put it out there, or just if not, I talk to people, find people that I can connect with and just open up, just pour all of this into them, or somebody. Hopefully they'll pick up little jewels and whatnot.
For sure. On your journey to, growing your business and growing yourself as an artist and training and just being on a high frequency, high vibration of life,
Most definitely.
what are the things that you avoid on your journey? Like, what are you staying away from? What are you like, oh no, I'm not, I'm good on that? Or like, cause there's a lot of distractions on the road when you're
No,
driving.
It is. I'd say certain people, certain women,
Mm.
certain men, certain situations. I'd say negative energies. People are always like looking at the wrong outcomes or just always down. I try and stay away from that because at the end of the day, I'm up. I'm always trying to stay up. So even if we are going through something that could bring us down, no, you got to stay up. You got to keep staying up because we can't have that type of negative energy around. We got to always keep doing the right thing and just keep believing that everything's gonna work out. So that try and just keep a schedule. That's important to have because when you have too much free time on your hands, you just now you doing anything.
Say that. Say that. Say that.
Yep.
Say that.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that's real. Certain women, certain dudes.
Yep.
Be specific. What certain women, like what certain women you be keeping away from or avoiding?
I would say people who don't know where they're going in life, or people who's always, I just say like some people who's always in the club, some people who's always kicking it all the time, people who are always
Mm.
not so much doing the things that they know they need to do to get ahead in life. So you always kicking it, you always having fun, you always smoking, drinking, you always partying. I try and stay away from that because I'm not even doing that no more. So like
Wow.
we'll kick it and party throughout the day or whatever we're doing. We're gonna find time to have a good time,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not going. That's another thing that be blowing me. People go out every weekend, and not saying nothing's wrong with that, but like some people go out every weekend and you're celebrating. What are you celebrating? Like you didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like for real though, you didn't do anything. You've been BSing the whole time. You blowing your money in the club. You trying to come up, find somebody or to support where you want to be in life. Everybody's looking for a come up or a person that's gonna get them to the next level, but really it's all on you. So just try and stay away from people or dudes that that be in the streets too much and all of that, and just be going down the wrong path. Because at the end of the day, like that's not where you want to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to end up dead or in jail. So at the end of the day, you want to make it with your life. You got to get away from certain people. You got to get away from people who don't have your best interest at heart. You got to stay clear away from that. Even as your family or your friends, if they not really the best person for you and see what you got going on and always making hate comments or hating on you or saying little slicks, just fall back from them. You ain't got to stop loving them. Just fall back from them. Just take time to just work on you. Ain't nothing wrong with working on you and staying away and just like doing you, because that's what the next person gonna do. That's what the millionaires gonna do. That's what them successful people are gonna do to get ahead in life. They gonna stay clear of all of that BS to make sure their family's good, to make sure they want to be in life. And then, yeah, you see them and you're like, oh, I want to be like that. But in reality, you don't do anything to be like that. You don't set a schedule. You don't work hard. You don't eat right. You don't have your mind frame right. You don't start a business. You don't do none of that.
And you know why, y'all? You know why though? Cause see, you would think that it's like, oh, everything that you're saying, you would think that people would be like, oh,
it's harder said than done.
It's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
And most people are gonna do what's comfortable.
Yep.
Because the grind is uncomfortable.
That's another thing that kills. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to face your fears. You got to just dive head first in the unknown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mo, this is golden nuggets.
Yep.
Okay, this is golden nuggets.
For sure.
I love it. Like I love it. Other words of encouragement for people who want to start their own business, or just thinking right now, like
just do it. Just jump right in. Just write it down and just go into it. Because you can always start another business. You could. That's the great thing about this world. You can always start over If you're not dead, you can always start over. If you're not in a position, you can always start over. Start back over. It's okay to start back over. Just go for it. Just do it. Don't think too much on it. Just go for it.
There you have it, y'all. This has been a wonderful episode of the Man Up Club Presents. Mo, thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to the Man Up Club.
Yes. Yeah. We will see y'all in another episode.